y'all doing? I hope well. My day started out kind of interesting, and there's a Tone Loc reaction that went up right before this one just because I was doom scrolling through some music related shorts. And I got some trivia about Jamie's Crying sample over there on the Wild thing. I didn't know nothing about it. And then I got a list of rockers who, sort of made peace with a personal higher power I have a relationship with. And I always knew, I knew about Tom from Slayer. I always understood whoever was writing the lyrics for Sabbath was actually questioning things. I never took it. I never understood outside of the name and some of the imagery. I never understood the hype because I'm like, did you not hear what they were saying there? That's questioning the reliability of dark incantations and occulted knowledge. Don't dabble with shit you don't understand. I think they backwards masked on a Maiden album. Same deal with was that Nico McBrain there. Quite open about the belief system. Now, I didn't know Dave had a conversion somewhere down the line. I found the Shia LaBeouf conversion during the movie Fury very interesting. Or what's that Scorsese Catholicism film, that Silence? I think that did something to Andrew Garfield. I think there's places and times where the power of something greater than yourself seeps in. And you either accept it or you don't. I'm not here to preach. But if the title of the song is Hey God, I'm going to first go, hey God, thank you for giving me the strength to actually be here on a Saturday afternoon. Because I'd sold out my hopes and dreams for profit. And not to sound weird, but I'm not taking any of that with me. A comfortable life would be nice, but being true to myself would be better. And I was denying all that and then creating an angry person as the result. And not that anyone here might relate or not, but I mean, I spent a lot of years suffering from practicing addiction and its trappings. Totally accepting them in my life. I don't want to say suffering from. It wasn't some... There was choices I made. Poor choices. I don't want to give it up to something that I couldn't control, because in the end, it turned out I was the only one who could control it. And I think that's the same thing can be said about you and your relationship with something greater than yourself. I like Jesus. He's cool. I got a long ways to go, but somewhere to look up to. But then I also talk about natural law on this channel all the time, and occulted knowledges. So I believe the whole thing is real. I just believe you don't channel any dark energies. They don't get you nothing but destruction. And you should, hey God, help me engage in some creation, like this brand new track from Megadeth. Hey God.
Hey God, I need a minute of your time. I know that I've been missing lately. I've had a lot of things on my mind. Hey God, I feel my life slipping away. There's so much left I wanna do.
I'm going to have to be honest. I had a couple comments. I don't think they were hating, but we got a few comments on the vocals. And I actually think it may be a little slower than the heyday. But, God, this sounds all really good to me. For a going out in style album, I don't think they did anything but nail it. If you're a fan of the band. Because, like I said, I've mentioned before, I think there's a whole lot of their catalog I've never listened to. But because I know it's at the end, I was like, oh, I'll check it out. I can't say, as a guy who really enjoyed the beginning of it, that I would argue at the end. I can't, it ain't going to sound like the beginning, right? And then I saw a comment that I relate to the best. Well, if any of the sound captured on this album can be transferred to stage, then they're like that Ride the Lightning, they're performing it better than the other band performs it now. I don't actually like watching any of their stuff. Just unfortunately, I don't care for the way the vocals went over there. But I do hear the kind of slower cadence or delivery, whatever the hell it's called. You know, it ain't rifling. It ain't. Was that like Skin of My Teeth or something? Something where he just spit lyrics. I'm trying to. I'm not a trivia guy, even though I know plenty of trivial knowledge.
Hey God, I need a minute of your time. I know that I've been missing lately. I've had a lot of things on my mind. Hey God, I feel my life slipping away. There's so much left I wanna do. The years are passing by like days. Sometimes I feel so insecure as I walk these streets alone. Hey God, it feels like you're so far away. I know that it was me that moved. I never had that much to say. Hey God, I don't know why you care at all. I'm always taking up your time. I'm always missing when you call. Sometimes I feel so insecure as I walk these streets alone. So alone.
I wouldn't be a preachy reactor. I'd leave it all in the lyrics if I thought people listened to the lyrics. I think they skim them like the 15-second time memory that they have from TikTok videos. But I like some of the ideas in here. And the thing is if you find yourself alone, God might be one of the places to find relief. Nah, you know, if it's a voice in your head telling you to do something to your neighbor's dog, I don't think that's God. You shouldn't listen to that one. I'd go get help. But outside of that, maybe someone who could listen to you vent without judging you, in your heart of hearts, if you know they embrace you, maybe you find a place to turn finally. That ain't such a bad thing. Especially in a world where they have endorsed hopelessness and life as worthless for so long, you'd think it's true. It's not. You get a very limited time running your little flesh suit there. Making the best of it is sort of the point. Yes, suffering is a component to our existence. Bummer. How do you recover from that suffering is what you got to be asking yourself in the mirror. And maybe a co-pilot doesn't make it harder. Okay, preached a little. I don't think that's that powerful or offensive. I think if that image in your head is basked in light, then I think it works for almost anybody.
So alone.
The answer's actually right here. I mean, not to be arrogant. After the solo. Hold on. And I think it's good to reflect that actually arrangement, construction of songs, I mean, they just definitely been more consistent to the genre that I love than, the biggest band in the world. Whoops, wrong direction. Sorry. Like flowers. So the answer to me that comes up later, hey, are you there? Are you listening? Well, if you're willing to frame some lyrical content of telling them your shortcomings, sharing the hurdles, oh, shit. Well, there's the facts. See, eventually you'll feel that shit inside of you. And it turns out your failure is permissible. As always, how do you pull yourself up? Who do you let help you up? Is the path to a rewarding life paved in gold and instant rewards? For some might tell you so. But I've never seen that path cure real problems. The same problems that exist at the bottom exist at the very top. Some of the same problems disappear with the correct influence. I personally believe sometimes the answer has to come from someplace you can't buy. Because the truest things in life don't actually come in jars, boxes, bags, sacks, or barrels. And then that lyric there, it ain't the way I want to live. Well, if you're asking for if you're admitting and wanting to see another path, first and foremost, you just don't stop asking. Eventually, you might create the better path just to prove whoever you're talking to should be listening. And then the power comes full circle. Do you need someone to shake your hand, or do you need a reason to create for yourself? Because I can't think of a better way. And then I never had to get a slap on the back from the big guy himself. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, wait. I'm no longer crying about how my life sucks. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the empire I made. And maybe give you a little glory along the way. Now, I ain't there yet, but I can see how that all plays out with belief in something greater than yourself and maybe not needing the proof. I think there's a huge amount of psychology in it all. Now, that's where this channel departs and it pisses off the purest of intentions because, I'm well beyond a scripture-based belief. I believe it is a morality-based system, and consequences are the built-in reckoning for ignoring it. It ain't the way I wanna live. Hey, God, that's all I really got for now. I thought that we'd have more to say. Please let me know you're there somehow. Sometimes I feel so insecure as I walk these streets alone. Sometimes like it. Now, I was just thinking to myself that over the last few days, I realized what I've learned on the path is that I can't always get what I want. Sometimes get what I need. No, that that making enough right decisions in my life allows me to be honest about the places I'm at, where I can get that out. And if it's just sitting here talking to myself to the camera, now I don't care what happens to it after I put it up. Unless it's a hater. We don't like the cult of personality over there, so we'll respond. But honestly, after that, I appreciate any goodwill. But in the end, I'm pretty sure it's just about fixing myself, owning the things that keep me from achieving anything of value in life. And over the last week, actually, it'll be a week this evening, I had huge struggles. And instead of falling off the deep end, going postal, as a band just commented in my on a reaction, instead of any of that, I found a somewhere in the middle, not completely burning bridges, but standing up for what was needed at the time, or is needed. And to be honest, I can go hang out with my friends. And I've talked to them about God more than I've talked to any people in this whole world. And maybe it's the year plus that I haven't brought up things that matter dearest to those I care for. But I always had another person listening. And even though it's Dave and his grumpy attitude self, because my life sucks, where are you? I don't think that's really it. I think that puts it out there for people still straying to a path. And if you put the two and two together, well, I don't know. I make no assumptions to assume anything, except being redundant. And I just think, I guess a light is found where you find it. I'm looking for it everywhere. I happen to find it in Megadeth today. Hey, God! Thanks. Thanks for giving us Dave Mustaine. And, you know, you made it rough on. Turns out that was a path. Bump or two along the way for him, I think. I hope the last portion is enjoyable. I know he left a hell of a career behind, so that's pretty cool. Later.